In the last 48 hours, I've obtained over 600,000 followers, 140 million views, a New York Times fucking page. What in the world has happened in my life? Last week I was a day trader. Now I'm in the big leagues, bro. I'm a celebrity. Bro, I'm right next to Donald Trump, bro. Why'd they pick that picture, bro? Literally any other picture would have been perfect. Hey, man, shout out Jackson, though, my boy. He recorded this. What a wild time in my life, man. I decided not to evacuate because I just feel like I didn't need to. I was doing research. Everybody's freaking out. It's category 5. Oh, my gosh, bro. But I was really doing research. Was waiting a little bit more. You're supposed to evacuate, I think, by, like, Monday, right when I flew in from Phoenix on Monday night, because I was in Arizona for the weekend. Came back, category 5 hurricane. Oh my God, everybody's gonna die. I was like, okay, hold on. It's still 700 miles away. It's supposed to die down. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait one more day. I'm gonna see this hurricane form out. If it stays category 5, I will leave. If it doesn't, I'm gonna stay. It went down to a 4. I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna post a video saying I'm not evacuating. Blows up. I think it has like 5 million views. Just kept posting videos over again. I didn't you can check. There's like a 20 video streak where every video has over 1 million views. I got over 140 million views in the last 2 days. I never did it for money. I never did it for followers. It's not even my main account. It's just like, damn, bro. Like, what the hell? All the money I made from it, I'm gonna donate. TikTok's like, it's just taking a little bit long to process, so I haven't been able to do it just yet, but I'm going to. Just glad I could have fun, document my life, and help people out in the end, man. Over $700 donated to the fucking hurricane fund. It's amazing. I thought I was a day trader, bro. I thought I was, like doing my thing over there. I thought I was doing great so far, trading. And then I go out in the world, make a video other than how I'm fucking trading. And it literally, I lapped my account. I spent over 5 years almost posting on TikTok to get 400,000 followers trading. In one day, I had over 400,000 followers. It's going to show you, bro, I'm in a niche community, man. And it's great, man, because I still love trading. Trading's my life. Trading's how I eat every night, so it's okay. A screenshot from TikTok shows a man who refused to leave his Tampa Bay high-rise apartment during Hurricane Milton. My thing is, bro, why don't they have my at right here, bro? They're supposed to have my at in this. They covered up the at. None of it's really about me. It's about a lot of other people that also stayed through the hurricane, but I'm the headline, bro. I just think it's hilarious, dude. It's so funny, bro. This was not on my bingo card to the slightest, but this is going to be, I'm keeping this forever. This is going to be stuff I have forever, man. I need to be on the Talk to a podcast next. It's just crazy that my life has just flipped so fast, bro. Like, and it's not in a bad way at all. It's just crazy. Just like, I didn't even have any intentions to do this. I end up doing it, and it's just, wow. Like, what in the world? That account was originally my backup for my trading account where I just shit posted trading content. Now, I don't know what to do with it. It's cooked. I have no idea what to post on it now. It's just going to die out, and people are going to clown me for it dying out. I don't care, bro, but it's just like, what do I do now? Everybody thought I was going to die. So many people nonstop telling me I'm going to die over and over again, and it freaked me out, bro. It's just, yo, the building's going to collapse. You're going to die. This is this guy's last post. Like, it's like he's still with us, bro. Like, oh my gosh, it was making me tweak out. I did pretty fine all night. I didn't even lose power. The main thing was, bro, the building started to shake, man, and it was freaking me out. But now I'm like a local legend, bro. So many people who have came up to me when I go outside, like nonstop. People texted me, like, it's just like, I just launched my Trade Path, just a full in-depth course inside of my Discord. So you already get live trading, you get the seminars, you get the recorded lessons, plus you get this whole trading course. It's going to literally go from zero to full-time trading, hosted by me and multiple people. You get multiple perspectives. It's such an amazing thing. There's free access and my mentorship. Join either one. You're not going to regret it. Everybody knew me as a day trader. Now I'm the fucking hurricane guy. Like, that is an idiot, bro. Like, I'm the Florida man. Comically large water bottle. But so far, trading this week, I have not done good. I kind of had this in the back of my mind the whole time, the whole week I've been trading, which isn't helping me out at all. Monday, I didn't trade. Tuesday, I did, lost money. Wednesday, I did, lost money. Thursday, I slept until like 1 o'clock because I was up to all night with this hurricane. Tomorrow, I'm going to trade. I'm down around 14, 1500 on the week. The last 2 weeks have not been very good for me, but it's okay. I had an amazing August. September was, I would think I was red, but it wasn't too bad. I'm still doing really good. I'm just in a little bit of a mix right now. There's been so much going on in my life nonstop. First Hurricane Helene, then I go on vacation to Arizona, then I come back another hurricane, and now there's a fucking another hurricane coming up, bro. Like, what the hell? All we're doing is back testing right now. So I'm looking at 9:30 to 10:30, looking at today because I have no idea what the price action was like. I'm going to find out was there any trades I could have taken, found any setups. Let's just check it out. This was the opening candles. To be honest, they look good, and then you just see we get into straight chop. No setups I would have gotten to just yet. I usually don't like to trade the first like 5-10 minutes in the market anyways. So this is all just consolidation, chopping. I have no idea what the news was like. I don't care. This is the first trade I would have been in on right here. Just a simple little hammer on the 15 second. Would have copped in at this close right here on this candle, targeting this high, and you see we would have hit TP pretty well with the SL at this low. I mean, this is a pretty self-explanable trade. You guys can understand why. We have this big uptrend confirming, breaking this downtrend, setting up buys. Look, all I'm looking for at this point, after this breakout gets confirmed, I'm looking for a area where buyers are and where they are showing strength at a new high. And you guys can see that's exactly what happened with this candle. We saw kind of get to slow down, rejecting this high, big push down, and then we had buyers step in right here, huge bullish candle. This is such an amazing candle to see, super rare, honestly. Hop in right there, SL at the wick, targeting this high, and we would have hit TP. People are so unrealistic sometimes with their back tests, bro. Like, this is another candle that looks really good. The only reason why I would not take this trade, you can see this actually looks pretty similar to the candle we actually just took a trade off of down here. The reason why I wouldn't get into a trade off of this is just because the trend is not confirmed back to the downside, especially with a candle like this, candle close like this, where we see kind of start to slow down in price after a big move up. Choppy, choppy, choppy. Finally, big move. The first big move is just sellers, and then boom, just completely sweeping the low. That's the reason why I wouldn't be in shorts here. I really don't mind anybody risking taking a shot for shorts here. And you would have been in it, and you would have hit TP. But it's just, for me, I really like to find the trend first, identify, and then try to catch that play. I mean, you can see another really good candle to the downside right here. But again, trend is still bullish, so I'm not going to play that. There is another style that I am looking at, playing these sweeps like this. And to be honest, it's something I need to backtest more, but I really do like these as well because you're trying to get the momentum and the continuation back up to the upside. Because you got to think, what are the odds here? You see this big drop, trend is still bullish, buyers buy it back. What are the odds that this continues up like it has been previously, or this just comes back down and hits your SL? So it's something that, you know, the return is definitely there. It's just I've really been liking to trade off candlestick wicks. But that is an amazing trade right here. And you can see that happened 3 times and you would have hit TP every time. Look right there, right here, and then right here. You're looking for the sweeps right here. So big drop, buyback, big drop, buyback right away, big drop, buyback right at the close, get in, SL at the low. Every time plays out. Crazy. This is another good candle that I could have potentially taken longs on, and the reason why I wouldn't have, I really like to fray away from when the stock starts to just curl. It's not a bad sign for longs, but it just shows that buyers are getting exhausted. You can see big push up, and every candle after that is just getting smaller, 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 smaller. Boom, sellers take control. This is where I would have taken shorts. Big thing here is boom, we have our nice initial sell-off. So trend is starting to flip. I like that a lot, especially with how we've topped out twice off this high. Comes down, and then you see buyers start to just slowly pull this back. This candlestick is where I would have been in right here, this big candlestick wick. I really like that because, again, just how I look for buyers at a new high, I'm looking at sellers at a new low, and that's exactly what we got here. So we would have got stopped out because our SL would have been top of the wick, and it did end up hitting that. And then you see we would have actually hit like 50 points. We would have just been targeting this low right here. So in hindsight, I wouldn't be mad about this trade. Still a perfect setup for me. Just unfortunate that we get stopped out. Nothing crazy there. You definitely could have ran an SL at this high. It's only 10 points. So there's a scenario where I do that. But in this scenario where I'm just looking at just taking trades off certain candles, we would have got stopped out right there. Potential setup here, I just don't think the wick is big enough. Just kind of looking for big dropping consolidation, this pullback. Love to see these pullbacks and looking for confirmation of sellers. I just don't, if this candle would have maybe gotten down to like this point with this wick, I would have taken it, but just super small. But it definitely would have played out, which is nice. This is where I would have been into longs on this candle close right here. Very similar to every other trade I've taken, which is what you want to see when you back test. We're looking at an entry at this candle close. We get in right here, 5-point SL. There's a scenario, honestly, where I do use my SL at this low, which would have been 22 points. But, you know, in this scenario where I'm already up on the day again, we've already taken some good trades. I'm running a very small RR at this point, and we're just going to target probably 10 here. With a 5-point SL, 10-point TP, we would have hit. The reason why I'm just targeting 10 is because usually I like to look at price and have my SL set at certain price levels like I do right here. But, I mean, you can see there's really nothing to target other than maybe this high. And that would have been 1030, so that would have been my day. Confirmed trades, this is 100% a confirmed trade. That would have been 14 points. These 3 trades I would not have taken, but I really do want to start looking at these sweeps, trying to catch trades like this because I see them happening more and more often, and they play out a lot. So that would have been a potential, 20 points each, but we're gonna leave those off the table for now. We would have got stopped out on this trade, which was 6 points. That brings us to 8 points profit on the day. Then we would have taken this trade, and then we would have caught 10 points, which would have put us to 18 points in the day. Isn't amazing, but again, a green day like that, I would not be mad with this. Price action, I say overall was pretty good. Really choppy right in the morning, as you guys can see right when I was telling you. Price was really choppy right away, and then we saw this breakout, and it got pretty good. If you're already up on the week, you do not want to go crazy on a Friday, but in my scenario where I'm already down, I'm not down too much. I'm not going to jump into anything. I want to see good price action, and it's going to be totally fine.